And then they call me and they say, oh, we can't do everything in 2.5 weeks. Well, what I'm telling you is the grant, when it comes through, will be substantially the same as past years. So get started now. What does that mean? Okay. There's a couple of things you can do. And the first is pre-qualification. Every nonprofit in New York State, and we'll leave this to Senator Sanders and Assemblyman Leffert, every nonprofit, in order to do business with New York State, and if you're getting a grant, you're doing business with New York State, must pre-qualify. That means you have to submit a bunch of papers. Your articles of incorporation, a lot of stuff, budget stuff to New York State and have it approved. You can do that this week. And I have the links in your kit on how to start the process. I am sure if you have questions, you can call Senator Sanders' staff, and they'll answer some of the questions on how to do it. It's a pain in the butt. I admit it, but it's none of it's rocket science. And what we've done is we've changed the. I've worked with the governor's office, and we said we have a lot of small nonprofits getting this grant. You can't require them to have an external audit. It costs $15,000. No one's, I don't know of anyone in this room who spends $15,000 on a CPA to audit their books. What you need is a budget. And you submit your budget to them. They want to see, okay, you know how to spend money. Okay. Risk assessment. I already said call crime prevention. They'll come out, they'll do a risk assessment. And you'll have a piece of paper that says, whoa, these doors should be replaced. I had, the Far Rockaway Church come in and say, we have cameras, but they're very faint. Well, anything electronic, if it's more than 3 years old, you're living on borrowed time. And they will look at your cameras and say, get new cameras. It'll be in your report. Change your locks. It doesn't necessarily have all of the behavioral things that I just talked about, but it will have a lot of and then the grant application is called an investment justification. Remember, the feds love these highfalutin terms. Investment justification. Well, it has questions. It has a limit, usually 2,000 characters per question. It doesn't have to be long, but it has to be thorough. You can download the 2015 investment justification, fill it out, start answering the questions. If there's a change, and the change will be probably minimal, you'll change it in that 2.5 weeks, but have it ready. And there's this wonderful thing. It's on an Excel spreadsheet. It's called cut and paste. You fill it out, you copy it, and paste it into the 2016 application. Do it now so you're ready. And then what you can do, I have a website, jcrc.org/securitygrants, which has information on how to answer every question. I've tried to make this as easy as it can be for anyone. What the judges always say is, I don't know, all they have to do is go to your website. Well, not that I'm perfect, but I try to figure out what they should be, what you should be saying and what the judges are looking for. Because they're looking for, do you understand your risk? Do you understand that there are similarly situated churches or mosques that have been attacked in the past? Do you understand that you have vulnerabilities? I have broken doors. I have broken locks. My camera system isn't working. And then there are magic words. And we'll do this again if we want when we get closer to the grant. Magic words: deter, detect, deny. Well, what you want to do is to deter a bad guy and make him think, what does Commissioner Bratton want? He wants the bad guys to think, don't even think about doing anything in New York, go to Philadelphia. It'll be easier in Philadelphia. We have everything covered. You want someone to look at your church and say, I'm going somewhere else. That's deter. Detect. If someone is trying to do something bad, you want your staff to be aware and have the, I said, have an alarm somewhere that's ringing, that something wrong is happening. That door shouldn't be open over there. And so someone is coming in who shouldn't be coming in. And deny, you want good, solid locked doors. You want people, buzzing. If someone buzzes in, and during the normal course of business, someone can buzz the office and you can say, who is it? If it's someone with an appointment, if it's the Postal Service, UPS, whatever, fine, you know them. That's 99% of your incoming guests. And then, after that, if there's someone who just says, I want to sit and pray, that's something that that's the business we're in. Do people take advantage of that? I know in 1994, I don't know, David, if you remember, the holiest object in the Jewish religion is the Torah. It includes the first 5 books of the Bible. Handwritten scroll. There was someone who stole 14 of them. And his MO, his modus operandi, was to go in and say, my brother's very, very sick. I just want to sit and pray. And he would sit down and sit, and people would go away. He would go up to the Holy Ark where the Torahs were sitting, open it up, take one out, put it in a duffel bag, and walk out with it. People take advantage. But, what you've done by having good, solid policies is, number one, if someone is kind of outside the realm of policy, things can change. You can have someone kind of keep an eye there. You can, by the way, make sure that, when they leave, you go and you do the good Christian thing. If they're here, if their brother is sick, you want to see, do you feel better? Is there anything else we can do? Can we pray with you? At the same time, you can see if they have a duffel bag full of stuff. You can do well by doing good. So, if you have want any further information, if you do all this, you can get the money.
You should have started with that.
Okay. Questions? I've been talking a long time. Yes, ma'am.
All these wonderful links are here, but I don't have X-ray vision. I can't read them.
Okay. What I'm going to do is to send this to Senator Sanders, and you have emails for everybody?
Okay.
Okay.
Great, thank you.
And the links all work in the PowerPoint.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody want money?
In terms of the grant,
money available